This video is sponsored by Skillshare. I feel like I say this every month, but I find it so wild that September is already approaching. I feel like it was just the beginning of August, and now we're already approaching fall, which I'm looking forward to. It's already getting darker earlier in the evening where I live. I moved closer to the beach at the very beginning of summer, so I am also looking forward to less tourist traffic during the fall and winter. If you're new here, I'm Kay, and every month I film a Plan With Me video using a digital planner on my iPad. Lately, I've been using the Cyberry digital planner, which I'll have linked below for you. To start off, we have done a tremendous number of home projects and renovations in our home already. It is our first home, and we've already put so much into it. This past week, we had the ceiling in my studio finished. It had a very vintage textured ceilings. And because the ceilings in my studio are sloped, the textured ceilings made for a huge eyesore. Now the ceilings are flat, which I'm happy about, and once the ceilings were done, we could move on to my favorite part, lime washing the walls and putting together my custom standing desk. We also installed a new light and built-in storage in the closet, so I'm looking forward to finishing my studio space with some furniture and decor that should arrive any day now. And then we can start building the window seat and shelves that will go behind my desk. With more things taking shape in this past week in the studio, I decided to use some of the progress pictures I've taken along the way and incorporate them into kind of a scrapbook style or memory keeping spread in my Cyberry planner. Inside Cyberry, you have the ability to select your preferred weekly template, whether it's vertical or horizontal, but there is also a custom section, which is just a blank page that you can add your own weekly template, or you can just draw it out from scratch. So that custom weekly page is what I'm going to use to document what we did this past week. All the stickers that I'm using are from my shop, and quite a combination of different sets. A lot of the scrap papers and Polaroids are from a sticker set that is included with the studio scrapbook in my shop. But if you're interested in a separate sticker set full of Polaroids, scrap paper, and washi tape, let me know in the comments. I have no specific arrangement in mind for my photos and scrap stickers, just kind of playing around and see what looks good to me. I am using the GoodNotes app on my iPad Pro. This is the 12.9-inch size. And GoodNotes does not have a layers feature. So whatever I add first in the app will be the bottom-most layer if you want to think about it in terms of layers. And whatever I add last will be on top, which means I just need to lasso, copy, and paste my pictures again to add them on top of the scraps if I want them on top of something. And then whatever I want on top, maybe another scrap paper or washi tape, I'll need to add that last over top of my pictures. And that is the final look of my spread featuring the past week of home renovations and projects. It was really fun to document my week using the custom weekly spread in Cyberry and make use of a lot of the progress photos that I've taken along the way as we turn our house into a home. Before hopping into monthly and weekly planning, I do want to take a moment to talk about today's video sponsor, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with tons of inspiring classes for anyone who loves learning new things and wants to build deeper into skills that they already have. I always make it a goal of mine to take at least one Skillshare class a month, so this month I am taking a class by Etika Chaudhuri called Indoor Gardening, Growing Houseplants, Veggies, and Herbs. With our new home, we have made a huge attempt in planting, inside and outside, and classes like this one ensures we are at least on the right track and that our indoor plants are kept healthy and happy. But even if you aren't interested in gardening or planting, there are thousands of unique classes on Skillshare, ranging from Procreate, illustration, and graphic design, to filmmaking and making YouTube videos, to self-care and rediscovering your own creative identity. I am truly in no shortage of classes that I want to take on Skillshare, and classes are ad-free, so I'm always in the creative zone while learning something new. If you want to check out Skillshare, the first 1,000 people to click the link in the description will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. If you decide to give Skillshare a shot, I'd love to know what class you plan on taking or what you're hoping to learn through the community. So now moving into more formal planning, here's a look back at August and a few of the weeks I had set up in the month. As you can see, it's totally okay not to fill your planner to the brim if you don't need to. And if you don't need to use your digital planner every day, that's fine too. I mostly use my planner for weekly and monthly pages anyway for myself. So to set up my month for September, I'm just going to open a new window of GoodNotes and then have this open to September. I love planning full screen, so I prefer jumping between windows rather than split screening for this. I want to set up September very similar to how I set up August, so I'm going to copy and paste bills that I have for the month over into the calendar. Now with my bills and expenses moved over, I like to copy over the widgets from last month as well. I am a huge fan of the widgets, especially the goals and priorities widgets, so I incorporate them onto the monthly page so I can see them at a glance. And that's really all there is to my monthly page. I'm a very functional planner. I really like making use of the icons I created and the highlighters within GoodNotes itself, and of course my widgets to plan out the month. Jumping into a weekly page, I am going to set up a vertical weekly for the first week of September because I have a lot to get done this month in preparation for the launch of the Cyber 2023 planners. On particularly busy weeks, I think it's important to time block. I like creating a time block by ensuring that the fill color option is toggled on under the Shapes tool within GoodNotes, and then I just draw out my box. To get rid of the border and to leave a cute highlight, I just hit the undo button once and the border will disappear. Then I can just type out what the time block is and then lasso copy and paste it for the rest of the week. Then I can just rinse and repeat for the rest of my time blocks. I am going to be general in my time blocking while I set up this week since I don't know exactly how I want to split up my time yet. It will depend on how much I accomplish in the weeks prior, but this gives me a good starting point when I come back to this weekly page. And then of course I love dropping in a few widgets and functional trackers like my mood tracker, and then setting a priority for the week, which I'm going to make home reno related for this week. And there we have it, my setup for September. I sincerely hope that you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check out Skillshare using the link in my description, and let me know in the comments a goal that you have for September. If you're a student or a teacher, I wish you the best back to school season and the rest of you a very spectacular September. I will see you in my next video. Bye!